are here. I have tested everything that I can possibly test. I am we are here. Um we're going to watch and react to AG Tactical. He been going over the Gypsy Rose stuff. He's like the most entertaining, I guess, to go through it other than um Strategic Eyes, who I usually watch when I'm watching stuff on YouTube. But for this stuff like this, like people being stupid in videos, or I like watching him go through it. Even though sometimes his take on it is, I don't know, his take is entertaining. I'll give you I'll give you that. His take is entertaining and funny. I find myself laughing most of the time. So I guess he just got um Gypsy's medical records, and we're gonna go through that. If you don't know who Gypsy Rose is, as far as I know, I didn't really find out about her until like Lifetime made a movie about it. And really that's all I had to go off of was the movie that they made about it. And the story that they spun on the movie was that they literally listened to her lawyers. Okay, if we're gonna, and I see what defense lawyers do now. It's funny to me. But pretty much Gypsy's story was that her mom was pretending that she was still like 15, 16 years old. She was really 20, and her mom was forcing her to be in a wheelchair, telling everybody she had cancer, um, forced her to be on a feeding tube, was giving her medications that made all of her teeth fall out, forced her to have all her teeth pulled in the movie. Um, there were questions about if her mom, Dee Dee Blanchard, had was taking care of her Dee Dee's mom and possibly starved her own mother to death. They made the mom really seem like a psychopath, really, like Munchausen by proxy, which I don't even think it was really Munchausen by proxy. It was literally if I'm using my daughter sickness to get me free shit. Like she was literally con in the system. Like they got a habitat house. Um the wheelchair that she had Gypsy going around in. I work with people with disabilities. That's probably like a $40,000 wheelchair right there that she had her walking around in. And the girl could walk. Like I remember in the movie, somebody was about to give Gypsy something to eat, and Dee Dee flipped out and acted like she was about to go into like anaphylactic shock. And the girl ain't allergic to nothing. Girl got no allergies. Saying she allergic to sugar. We all allergic to sugar. But this young man right here, um, this is a little inceptionist. I'm reacting to him reacting to I forgot her name. Somebody's somebody got a hold of her medical records and they're doing it. And I think people are trying to spin now that Gypsy was lying the whole time and Dee Dee knew nothing about it. I feel like that's highly improbable. Somebody had to take her to the doctor and somebody had to get all of those procedures and things done. Gypsy was not lying to her mom about being able to walk. Her mom knew she could walk. She had to know. There's no way her mom didn't know. Her and her mom were a bunch of con artists. When you're raised by a con artist, you become one. So I believe that before I believe anything else. Um, her- Definitely both a bunch of con artists. And I think the other tragedy in it is that Gypsy was able to con a autistic man. Okay, he was higher functioning in a sense that he could hold down a job, a medial job, like nothing serious. I think in the movie they had him working at a pizza shop. In the movie they had him looking so slow, like slower than what he actually is. Like I remember I was watching it with my daughter, and the kid playing him, he's like, "Ooh, a pebble!" Like, and he'd like stop talking and just pick up a pebble off the floor. Like they had him looking. It, you know how Tropic Thunder was like, you can't play retarded. They had him playing retarded. They did not have him playing autistic. Um, and it made Nick way more innocent than he actually was, which is probably why everyone is like, free Nick. And no, 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 no. My son explained to me that Nick is in jail for life because it's not so much that they took advantage of him and he took Dee Dee's life. It's the way that he took Dee Dee's life. Autistic or not, we can't have your ass out on the streets. That's just where it is. There's no fixing his depravity, I guess, is how my son put it. But here, we'll get into this video. It seemed I saw a little bit of it. She was going over. Here, let me back up some. We'll back up because she's explaining her weight. Like it wouldn't. See, she was reading this second paragraph right here. All right, and it's Gypsy's weight has shown steady increase from 721 2000 to present weight of 57. Her weight has increased 120 cm to 130 as well over the past 4 years. Her nutrition intake with 5 cans of Ensure, 1018 calories, 35 grams of protein to 1000 cc's free water. This provides 45 calories per kilogram, 1.3 grams of protein, and blah, blah, blah. She is meeting 100% of her RDA for vitamins and minerals, calories, and proteins. So she was gaining weight. So I think it wouldn't put it past, I would not put it past Dee Dee to starve her child some. Give her kid a little bit of what she needs to make it look like she's not gaining weight. Get her on the feeding tube, and then you get more assistance and more help. The more help your kid needs, the more care that they need, the more you get to, as a parent, be home taking care of them, not actually out here working in the real world, which is probably, I think that's what Dee Dee's MO was. If I can keep my daughter looking and being as sick as possible, I'm not going to have to work because she's going to need 24-hour care. So I'm not putting nothing past. There's no way Dee Dee was completely innocent in this, as far as I'm concerned. think if she's saying she never needed it, it's probably because Dee Dee starved her out a little bit to make her look underweight so she can say she needs the feeding tube. Oh,
I feel like she thought that Nick was just so in the clouds that stuff like this would never surface, right? So before we talk about her saying she never needed a feeding tube, right, sitting at the couch, and she clearly walked over there to the couch to make the video, let's look at this Dr. Phil snippet real quick to where she basically demonizes her mother. You see, Gypsy Rose with the little voice, the little cute voice, she always does that to make her seem like the victim. Okay? She'll always do that. She'll do that to her mom. She'll do that to Nick. Everybody else is the demon. So in this point of time on Dr. Phil, her mom was the demon. Let's check this out.
Walk secretly?
I did, yes, sir.
Did she ever catch you walking?
She did a couple times.
And what did she say or do?
She got so upset with me, she would punish me so bad. Like, she started hitting me with a coat hanger and telling me all kinds of mean things. She would tell me that she wished she had an abortion when she had the chance, that I ruined her life.
Completely terrible, right? Now, I'm not trying to get too deep into
yo, Gypsy's a con man, and she learned from the best con man she could possibly learn from, her mama.
the Dr. Phil stuff because you know the DMCA shit, but she's telling him point blank, period. Her mother knew that she can walk, right? Mm-hmm. She knew that she can walk, and her mother forced her to stay in that wheelchair. This is not new information, right?
Yeah, because my thing is if you knew you could walk and you knew you didn't want to be in that wheelchair and you wanted the game to be up, all y'all had to do was go somewhere, and in anytime y'all was in the middle of one of them interviews, or the local news was at the house, or y'all was at one of them benefit dinners, get up and walk. This is how I think she might have been sick of the games and wanted to just go do her own thing now. But there was no way to do it with because she was her mom's meal ticket. It's just like those 600-pound life people, how they be having their significant others will be like feeding them, like overfeeding them, like the whole bucket of chicken, just give it to them. Because as long as they're fat and can't move and can't take care of themselves, you can stay home and take care of them. It's the same, it's literally the same thing. Except Gypsy had to play Gypsy had to play along and want to play along.
This is what I heard. This is what everybody else heard. This is what the Netflix documentary heard. This is what everybody heard. Mom was a horrible person and forced her to stay in that wheelchair. Now let's check this out, right? This is the video leak. Not even the leak, is FOIA'd, right? I'm not sure if Becca Scoops got it first or if somebody else got it, but I'm getting it from Becca Scoops. I think it's originating from there. I'm not sure. This video surfaces about a week ago, and we're talking about the same thing, but this is a few years prior to Dr. Phil with all this fame and notoriety. And we talk about the same topic, but she has something different to say this time.
I had a seizure in surgery, and I wouldn't be able to walk, that I was paralyzed permanently. And that part, like the part that I had a seizure, was true. In surgery, I had the seizure and I was paralyzed. But what they didn't know is that it was temporary paralysis and not permanent. And by the time I started to get my feeling back in my legs, and I hadn't tried to walk then, but I was too young and I just kept to myself. And throughout the years, I tried to tell my mom a few times, and I guess I was just afraid of her not loving me as much.
Hold the fuck on. Hold the phone. You were just afraid that she would just stop loving you. So for years you acted like you were paralyzed?
No, I don't believe her, but it could make sense. It's kind of like the kids. This phenomenon is happening right now as we speak. In 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 the sense of there are people out there pretending. Imagine Gypsy's mom, Dee Dee, is a mom of a transgendered kid. And once the kid says something that makes the mom think that the kid thinks they're trans, mom goes all in on it. And now it's about the mom having the kid as opposed to having the kid that's the thing. So that's how the mom gets attention. So imagine all the attention Dee Dee was getting, and not even just attention, money and funding, and not having to work because she got to stay home and take care of this kid. So imagine, I don't think you can fake paralysis. You can't. There's no way. They there has to be a point. There was a point when she moved away from where they were from. And when they moved to that new town, it was just straight lies. So there had to be a you can't there had to be a point where they knew she was fine, and then that's why they had to move, I think. Because there's no way you could go to a hospital and fake like you're paralyzed. Because there's tests that they could do that you don't really recognize that they're doing. Okay, they look for responses that you can't control, right? So there's no way she was faking and Dee Dee didn't know. There's no way. I swear to God. Was you on my bed? Uh-uh. We not playing games. You got yourself kicked out of my room, dog. whole thing. Where did this come from? How did you even? All right. We're about to stop.
Throughout the years, I tried to tell my mom a few times, and I guess I was just afraid of her not loving me as much.
Hold the fuck on. Hold the phone. You were just afraid that she would just stop loving you. So for years you acted like you were paralyzed? Years. Okay. No. It all makes sense, Gypsy. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. Listen, something's not adding up here. Either her mom's a horrible person or she lied about everything. And it kind of sounds crazy to think that she lied about everything. All up on Dr. Remember that Dr. Phil interview, right? Look at her in this bathroom. How'd she get there? Don't look like she in a wheelchair. I don't know. But anyways,
What did I have on this? I had nothing on this screen. Right? Nothing over here.
years. Okay. No. It all makes sense, Gypsy. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. Listen, something's not adding up here. Either her mom's a horrible person or she lied about everything. And it kind of sounds crazy to think that she lied about everything. All up on Dr. Remember that Dr. Phil interview, right? Look at her in this bathroom. How'd she get there? Don't look like she in a wheelchair. I don't know. But anyways, I just wanted to show you some of the inconsistencies in her story so far. There's so much more that we're going to get into. But without further ado, let's go check out this damn video with Gypsy Rose talking to Nick about how she wants him to R-word their future daughter after, Dee Dee's taken care of. Let's go ahead and do this.
Hi, my wonderful, amazing, absolutely sexy master. It is your one and only Demona, your slave, forever and ever. Well, today is our happy 1-year anniversary.
This no longer seems cringe to me. It seems predatory.
It's still cringe to me. I ain't watched as many of these as you have. Ugh.
It seems predatory as shit. You know who the real victim is in this story? Possibly. It's very quite possible that Nick is the true victim. I even remember a couple of years ago, Nick's mom was talking about how he was the victim, and I kind of just was, okay. But the more you look into these videos, the more you start to realize, who the fuck is Demona? Demona, bitch, you created this whole universe because you knew he was in the clouds. You wanted to create this universe for him because you knew he would follow through with certain things. The only thing that I don't understand is, why did she want her mother dead? What was the reason? I always said she could have ran away. What was the reason? But let's continue.
And I'm so excited. This past year has been amazing. It has been the most adventurous, wild, almost kind of like story almost.
And mind you, no wheelchair, sexy. Well, not sexy in some red shit on the chair with a wig on, talking about she's Demona.
Yeah, throw them air quotes in the air hard. Like, yeah, it's all relative.
Where's the wheelchair? Where's the handicapism? Where's the tube? I'm trying to see the struggle. Now I don't see too much struggle. I don't see too much struggle, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. She looks well fed too. Look at the arms. Look pretty chunky to me. Look like she could go down a few pounds. Let me stop. Looks like she could go down a few pounds. Okay, but let's continue.
Things like this usually only happen in books. Well, as you can see, I changed my hair color, but I hope you like it. And I'm wearing my favorite color plus your favorite color, black. And well, they are vampire colors, so. And what makes us so unique from other couples is that you and me have a vampire and human relationship, which
Yeah.
I would think vampires would want to date other vampires, but I'm quite lucky that you want me.
Yeah.
And I know that there are probably female vampires out there, but
I guess Gypsy is what we call a grifter. Except for instead of just being on TikTok asking people to send her money, which is next. I mean,
I'm very happy that you want more
I see the
me.
I've seen her to not be in that other pose. Um, instead of the grift being from Nick, instead of it being I just need money, like, because if this happened today, she'd just be taking this man money. I don't think it would go as far as like I need you to take out my mom. It would be like, oh man, my light bill got cut off. I need you to send me for this, or oh, I need money for this, or I got to get this G tube taken out, and blah blah blah. Like it would be a medical grift. Like she'd be one of those swindlers just taking money from him if this happened in 2025. But because this happened in the 99 in the 2000s, it ends up being I need you to take out my mom's, which wasn't necessary. She could have just left. There's always choices these people can make. I did a TikTok about that earlier, about how people always put themselves in a position where it's this or nothing. And she put Nick in a position where it's either take out my mom or we can't be together. And she didn't have to. She could have just left. Like she can walk. She could have just left. But you know what? In the movie, I think Dee Dee reminded her that she's part of the con too. I think I remember that in the movie. Like Dee Dee let her know that if I go down, you're gonna go down. I remember that being in the movie. And when she tried to just leave, she said, um, Gypsy said she got like handcuffed to the bed and drugged and all of that stuff. So I don't know. That's what I think it was. I think at some point Dee Dee threatened. I remember that being in the movie. Dee Dee threatened, um, if you don't keep it up, I'm gonna say you knew the whole time and you're gonna go down with me. Cause she knew she could walk. There's no way. There's literally no real lie that Gypsy could tell that covers, well, you knew you could walk, why didn't you just leave? Or when did you know you could walk? Like you see the two different lies she had to tell just in the two videos we watched with this guy alone, that she had to tell Nick she was hiding it from her mom, And then she had to tell Dr. Phil that her mom knew and was hiding it from everybody. So somewhere in the middle is the truth, and she was just caught in it. She was caught in it too. Like Dee Dee had to, I believe Dee Dee threatened that if I go down, you go down too.
Being with you has made me almost feel like a new person. When I met you, I felt that's him, that's my soulmate.
Man, get your Twilight watching ass up
Twilight ain't come out yet.
the fuck out of here, bro. The one thing I will say is, what was she, like 21, 23 or some shit at this point? I feel like she's definitely going through that Arrested Development period to where it's like she's still a baby in an adult's like suit. She probably saw Twilight or something. Oh, I'm a human and you're a vampire. And
I don't think Twilight was out then. I don't think Twilight was out then. Here, I'll let this play. Let's figure out when Twilight came out.
you have to have sex with me and we're just going to do amazing things. But remember, since you're a vampire, you have to kill my mommy because that's the only way we could be together. Man, she was working this kid, bro. Working him. Now he's in jail for the rest of his life. Obviously, right? You know, you killed a woman. You're going to go to jail forever. And she gets to get out and be like, man, you know how much hundreds of thousands she's made off of social media? Like, it doesn't make sense to me, bro. It doesn't make sense.
Honest, the way I view us is kind.
Yeah, Twilight didn't come out until 2005. So they on some interview with the vampire stuff or some Dusk Till Dawn, or I don't even know what was the vampire movies of the 2000s. Cause that's when all of this happened with Dee Dee, right? With her, right? Yeah, this her stuff was like early 2000s.
Like twins, because you might know, since you're very wise, that twins, if one of them gets cut, let's say that one of them like cuts their finger, the other twin will feel it and be like, that's weird, I didn't cut my finger. But then they'll talk to their other twin or whatever, and their other twin might not even know it, but their finger got cut. And, you know, the other twin will feel it. And that's how I consider us almost, is that even though we're so far apart, if one of us is hurting, the other will hurt.
Yeah.
So if like you hurt, I'll hurt.
Naturally.
And it's hard being away from your soulmate because it feels like you don't know what's happening to them in that moment, but then when you know that they're all right, your mind is at ease and you just feel a whole lot better.
Oh, you sick bitch. I like that. You see the little dress fall? Oh my God. Yeah, it could be a little better. Oh, I'm so sorry, Nick. I'm just so clumsy. Man, she's playing him like a fiddle. And this whole like, oh, we're connected because you're a vampire and I'm human and we feel the same things. One would only think that she's just prepping him up to kill her mom. So it's like, oh, you know, we're the same person. So it's like, I'm doing it. It's like, I'm doing it, Nick. You just don't worry. You're a vampire. Why did she choose vampire for this whole role play? It's always some sadistic, weird shit that's always bloody. Vampire or R-wording her or all types of shit. It's always bloody, always gruesome. She's gearing them up to do the dirty work. But hold on, I like that little dress slip. That's my favorite part. Let's go back to that. I like that
Moment, but then when you know that they're all right, your mind is at ease, and you just feel a whole lot better.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff,
And I
Gypsy.
feel like I'm
That's the
linked
stuff.
to you, mind, body, and soul. So, and I think that's the way it should be. You know, I think
Yeah.
that we've been open and honest with each other about our feelings and about every day-to-day life. And I know I've made some mistakes. I'll admit it, I have a habit of being kind of a know-it-all at times. And like recently, me and Gypsy forgot the password for our Facebook, and we just changed it without.
Oh no, so this happened. This happened. All right, so Gypsy took out her mom in 2015. So she might have been watching Twilight. She might have been watching Twilight. Yeah. We can deep dive some of the articles at some point.
Even telling you or asking you if it's okay. And that was a bad move on our part. You know,
And just mind you, if anybody's just skipping through the video and doesn't understand what she's talking about, me and Gypsy, she's all Gypsy. She's just role playing. Her name is like Gymnast or Govness or some bullshit. I forgot what she named herself. Some bullshit, right? So she's the same person, but for Nick, we have alter egos, and his name is something else. But you know, it's all childish. It's all stupid. But it's at the same time, it's all programming. We got she's literally programming this guy to come kill her mom.
Not fully my fault, and it's not fully her fault. It's both our fault. And so now we know before we do anything, ask you, because you are our master. You are responsible for us.
You know, what I wonder is when did when did she set it in motion that this is what she wanted him to do or what she wanted? When people are conning people, is it a conscious thing that happens in their head? Like, do they just look at you and go, there's a sucker? And then they're in their mind, they like automatically just see the matrix and see what they need to do to get this person to do what they need? Or is it always like trial and error? Like, when was it, at what point was it set in motion? Like, I got him, and now this is like, because there's no book you read on how to, right? Is there? Like, is there a book you read on how to make people do shit without telling them to do it? Because she low key had to, she had to get him to volunteer to do it. Like, imagine you've been walking around your whole life never wanting to hurt a fly. Okay, your whole life never trying to harm anybody. And then you meet someone and that person talks you into taking somebody else's life. That's crazy. Like, it's something you would never think about doing, never want to do, or, well, clearly he thought about doing a lot of stuff. Because there's no way he was a perfect angel out here. Like, he was online before he met Gypsy. Like, he was probably online chatting to people, pretending to be Voldemort or whoever he was pretending to be before her. Okay, so there's a little bit of him probably thinking he's influencing her, but her being like 10 light years ahead of him, like knowing that she's manipulating him. And then was it just like a conscious thing that she did? Was it something that she couldn't stop? Like, that's a scary thought, man. Like, is anyone susceptible to being talked into doing something or volunteered into doing something? Like, sometimes I don't talk. I watch how I speak to certain family members because they have a tendency of making themselves seem like they're always in trouble or always need help. So they have a tendency of getting me to volunteer. Oh, I'll bring you here. Knowing I don't fucking want to bring them there. I don't want to give them a ride nowhere. I ain't got time for that shit. I got my own shit to do. But somehow, as soon as I talk to them, something about them makes me want to be, oh, let me help. I don't talk to them like that no more. Once I peeped that they do that to me, I don't call them no more. They gotta call me. If they don't call me, whatever. Ain't nobody gon' I don't think you could ever get me to hurt somebody. Nah, I don't think. I know you can't. I know I'm not doing that. The most you'll get out of me is a ride. Because I'm clutching my pearls when money come up. But yeah, I'm gonna find some other stuff. Let's see what else we can find about this gypsy. Okay, let's. Yeah, I was watching Strategic, and he was like the crime is not that Nick is in jail and he doesn't belong in jail. He legit belongs in jail. He is where he should be. The crime is that Gypsy got the plea down to like second degree murder. Yeah, Strategic. Hello? Did my headphones just go? I don't hear the headphones through the speakers. So I don't know. So sometimes it just sounds bad. Yeah, it sounded I think I turned the volume down on myself. So hopefully that's better. Let me see. See? No, 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 no. I see what you're cooking. I see what you're cooking, but I believe they were thick as thieves because they were fucking thieves. And if Gypsy wanted to leave, Dee Dee was, you've been lying with me. You've been sitting in that wheelchair pretending like you can't walk with me. I've been shaving your head, telling people that you have leukemia. Okay? You knew you were fine. Sure, I've been giving you medications that you didn't need to take when your ass ain't was acting like you ain't want to play ball. Yeah, there was like a part in the movie where DCF, I guess, came to the house to check on her, and Dee Dee damn near overdose wrote Gypsy and had her sitting in a chair on some quaaludes or something out of her mind. And when they came, she's like, "Oh, she's nonverbal. She can't talk," like on some craziness. So I believe it probably was as bad. Don't They were scamming. We got to stop acting like Dee Dee wasn't scamming. But yeah, if I go down, you go down too. The only way Gypsy gets out of it without going down with her mom is to take her mom out and blame everything on her mom. It's as simple as if I were writing a movie, that's how it would go. Nah, I feel him on that because they had to be in it together, all the way together. And the only way something like that breaks down is when one of them doesn't want to do it no more. And maybe the last year of it, she was forced to do it. Maybe maybe there was stuff that Dee Dee was lying to Gypsy about, that when Gypsy realized, oh, this bitch, we playing the world, but she playing me too. Like, because I think in the movie, and I know I'm going off the movie, which probably isn't true, but I think some of it had to be kind of true. Um, she find Gypsy figures out her real age, and when she figures out her real age, she doesn't want to play anymore. She's like, I'm sick of pretending to be this little ass kid all the time with these fucked up ass wigs. I mean, she likes the wigs for this part, but she had her in Cinderella dresses all the time, looking crazy, and big old glasses that she didn't fucking need. Um, and shaving her head. Like, I don't want to play this game no more. We got to find a way out of this game. They could have just moved away. But then Dee Dee will have to give up that Habitat house. There's all the funds they were getting. Like, they will make you pay back funds. If you scam them long enough, they will make you pay back funds. This was I don't want to say she didn't have a choice. The choice could have been, let me just run away and live my own life, right? But the only real the only choices she was left with was I run away and I have no money, I have nothing, and I leave with nothing and try and start my life over, or I stick around, play this out, and take my mom out, blame everything on her. That was kind wasn't her only option, but if she wanted to keep her name and keep her life, that might be her only option. But here, he had another one that he did. There was another one. Let's see. Oh wait, we didn't get to the meat of that one. She about to say some crazy shit. And this one, where is it? Mm, yep. Don't go there. That slave shit's all fun and games until you probably actually got to do it. Up until this point, it's all on the computer, right? They have not actually met yet, right?
Twenty-one, 23-year-old, some shit like that. What the fuck is going on? What is going on? I can talk to you. I guarantee you this bitch don't talk like that. She don't talk like that. When she argues with her husband or her boyfriend or whatever that she had that kid with, when they have an argument, she's not talking like this. She's talking like a regular grown ass fucking woman. This shit is weird as hell. Weird as hell. It's kind of hard to believe. But now that you kind of know who Gypsy is and her little fake pussy ass voice, you start to realize that that's a grown woman acting like a baby. Look, but that's a grown woman, all right.
To make you happier about whatever's making you angry. So, and I'm not only just your slave, but I'm also your queen. Or at least I'm gonna be as soon as we get married, which I'm so happy because one day, that's something that we thought of this year, is that one day we are gonna have a vampire wedding. So we're gonna go all out into the tradition of having a vampire wedding.
The fuck is a vampire wedding?
We're gonna do it somewhere that it's very pretty but very isolated, because I want it to be just a private, just you and me and maybe Ricky and Allie, but that would be the only guest. That night we would have the most awesome, amazing wedding night ever, and that's whenever we break out the handcuffs and rope and chains.
Yeah, and this is another thing. The whole BDSM bullshit that she was saying that Nick was into. From everything it seems from these videos, she's bringing it up to him. She's bringing that shit up to him. And again, he's autistic. I think he stays with his mom. I believe he stayed with his mom. Susceptible to her bullshit. She's aware of this. She knows this. So now you want to bring up all this BDS?
Nah, if they met on that Christian dating websites, that's literally what all them dudes is into. Like, if dudes dating online are weird, man, and that's what they be into. Is if they met online, she didn't put all of that in his head. That was in his head to begin with. It was commonplace for both of them.
Them and rope and tying and maybe a little strangulation and just a little, a little this, a little that. Like he's a 40-year-old man with 2 divorces or something. This is a kid with autism, and you're over here talking about BDSM and shit. A
lot of y'all be thinking these folks with autism are don't got desires and needs. Okay? They fantasize and want to do stuff the same way everybody else does. They are not walking around like fucking Teletubbies in their brain all day. He was not so low functioning that he couldn't talk and chat with people. He can make believe just like everybody else. He could pound it out just like everybody else. So they be having wants and desires. It's just if no one's paying attention to them and then you let them frolic around online, and I really wasn't on my computer like that back in the day, the way these two were on the computer. Um, I really don't know how people got. I don't think porn was as free back then as it is now online, but you just they can get access to that the same way everybody else can. He's not completely a vegetable. So yeah, I gave up on once I saw that first video of him talking back to her, I was like, nah, he's just as culpable and capable as she was. He was just too dumb to realize he was getting played and force fed these ideas. She played him. She made him think. She played him the way women play men and put him in a position where he thought he had to go save her. She did do that, but he's no he's no baby either.
And how did she even learn that shit? Because she's a grown ass she's a grown ass woman. That's how she learned. Let's continue.
Yeah, he's a grown man. He's like 27 at this point. He's not 15. He's a grown man.
It would be all about you and me, just completely entwined within each other and just completely letting out how we feel about each other in one time span of doing it all. You know, so we'd be having not only.
And she's pretty careful about how she talks and what she says too. Like she's not she's not speaking as if no one's ever going to hear this ever. She's she's calculated about how she talks about stuff. Like she makes sure she stays in that little kid realm of describing things. Um yeah, like yeah. She's very calculating in how she speaks.
But we'd be making love as vampire and human, as well as master and slave. So
She's literally coaching him as to how they're going to have sex and how they're going to do this. This is not, you can't come back, because she did do a response. We're probably going to do it next video. But she did come back and try to say like, oh, this was all his fantasy. You can't say that was all his fantasy when you're literally telling him what we're going to do from start to finish. Were you just reciting his own fantasy back to you? Like he wrote it down and you're reading it to him? No, this is coming from you.
Special moment for us. So that's something I'm very looking forward to. Also, my dress will be very pretty. It's going to be a nice, beautiful red, with maybe some black accents to it. And maybe I can carry some red roses with, I know these don't really exist in real life, but black roses. I know they're not real flowers, but I can get them plastic. So, I'll have red roses, a bouquet of red roses with black roses, black plastic.
Oh man, in 2025, Gypsy, you could get real black roses. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. Wait till 2025, Gypsy.
Roses. So that'll be very pretty. And so that's something that I cannot wait for. But I will wait. Till we have that perfect time in our life. Also, as your slave, I want you to know that I'm working very, very hard to become something very special called the seductress mother of the household. And right now I'm working to get my white collar. So there are color collars to gain up to that royal collar, which I can only get whenever we get married and I've completed my whole training.
What the fuck is she talking about?
So, but I'm gonna get it. I am determined to get it, and I will.
Again, if you're so shut off from the rest of the world and, you know, you can't even see any friends, you can't go outside ever, you're stricken to a wheelchair, how'd you even learn about this shit? You have a whole Facebook account, you have a phone, you're learning about the seductress mistress of the house. Like, what?
Bitch, everything was free on the internet back then. Like you can literally look up anything. It was a free for all. Craziness. You gotta, if you want a book, you gotta I don't even. Did they have like it was like the 1900s? Did they have Audible back then? Did they have did they have the Kindle back then? I bet she had a Kindle. Seems so far away.
What? Nothing but weird ass shit. And Nick is on the other end eating this shit up. He's never gotten attention from women like this before, I'd assume. Eating this shit up. Scarfing it down. She really found herself one. It's like some evil mastermind shit. Imagine tricking the whole world. Get out of jail after a couple years, make a couple million. It's all good. Holy shit, bro. There's some evil mastermind shit right here. The second.
I guess what's crazy is, can you sell your rights? Like, how is she able to make money off the crime? The internet is weird. Like, y'all really out here glorifying, following, and making this little woman rich off of what she did to her mom. Y'all glorify her so much that she was able to join the reality TV world. Okay, she was able to get out of jail, get on social media, get a TV show. Okay, and now she's doing the rounds of, she about to be the Kardashians out here. All the way up until we watch her mess up her kid. It's in her. It is in her to, I don't even want to say it out loud, but the tragedy that's going to happen in 15 to 20 years, it's going to be all y'all fault. All of y'all following her and watching her and giving her attention, time, and money. It's literally like, remember how, do y'all see how bad Honey Boo Boo's life turned out? All the shit Boo Boo went through. We have no idea what really happened behind the scenes, but the shit that happened in front of the scenes, that's all I gotta say. Or how bad 7 Passengers, the Frankies and all that, how bad they ended up turning out. The kids, there came a point when the path shifted, and it went from being about a religious family living their life to like her 2 kids almost getting ended. That's crazy.
When I heard that story about the wheelchair, I already knew something was wrong. And obviously you guys were in my comment section just going crazy, telling me like, listen, you got the story wrong. But then I saw that video. I was like, oh shit. Let's continue.
Get it. It's just a matter of when. So I had this vision. Well, Gypsy had this vision about me and you, and you was sitting on kind of like a throne. You had a black shirt and black pants, and I was right by your side, like right here, by your legs, and you had me on a chain, but I had my royal collar with a chain, and you had the chain in your hand, and we were just in a room full of people. I don't know, the dream doesn't have a lot of explanations or whatever, but that's all she saw, was that I was the seductress mother and your queen and your slave right by you, serving you and being there if you need me. So,
And yeah, guess what? Now you're in prison for the rest of your life. Now you're in prison drooling and shit, doing little sad interviews for the rest of your life because you listen to this little piece of shit saying that she's gonna be your seductress and your servant. Man, it's bad. It's bad, guys. It's bad. And you know, her personality doesn't help. She lashed back to this video when she should have just stayed when she should have just stayed quiet. She couldn't wait to defend herself. It's making her look even worse. But let's get to the most sick part of this all, right? Her and the future baby that she's gonna have with Nick and the things they're gonna do with the baby together.
I guess it will come true one day. If she had that vision, it'll come true. And you said that Nick had a similar vision, so one day it will happen. And our future together will be a bright one. I know that we want hopefully lots of children. And after we get married, we're gonna try and start right away, I hope. And the plan for if we have a boy first, we're gonna protect him and protect our children from the outside world because they can't know about us. They can't know about you being a vampire. But we're gonna protect them and keep them educated on what not to say in front of people and make sure that they understand the severity of keeping this secret. And if we have a girl,
You gonna have a house of secrets, Gypsy? Make sure they know not to tell the secrets of the house? Oy vey.
the way it has to be is if we have a girl, she has to lose her virginity to you because you
Hold the fucking door right there, please. Put your foot in the middle of the door and hold that bitch for me real quick. What?
Stop the door.
So if we have a boy, we're gonna protect them. Let's get this right. We're gonna protect them. We're gonna grow him up to be a good old fashioned strong man, a man's man, if you will. But if we have a daughter, we're going to R-word her as soon as she's old enough. What the fuck are you talking about, Gypsy? Huh? Again, just add more perversion and fuckery to his mind. At the end of the day, this is the evil mastermind right here, in my opinion.
Yeah, but even if she put that, even if he never thought that, and she put that in his head, the same way you said what, he could have said what, and then blocked the bitch. Like, I guess it's like little steps. If I can put these little things in your mind to kind of convert you and change you, and if that doesn't seem bad, then this won't seem bad, then that won't seem bad. And then if none of that seems bad, then often Mom Dukes ain't gonna seem like nothing. I mean, I get what you're saying there, but he could have, the same way you're like, what? She could have been like, what? He could have been, what? What the fuck she talking about? Because there's only so much indulging of a conversation that you can do. I just, that was wild. That's wild. That is wildness. But it's people out here that be like, there's like whole sections of like the hub where they're like, that's like father daughter, father stepdaughter, there's like whole sections that there's people out here that are just sick and think about and fantasize about. Hey, there's a whole case right now. Wasn't that a whole case on a cruise ship where like the stepbrother was like in love with his stepsister and took her out on a cruise ship? Isn't that happening like right now as we speak? Like there are just sickness out here. And you gotta You got to protect your mind, really.
We gotta keep digging. But as this is going, as we're starting to see, this is really looking like the evil, disgusting mastermind of the entire story. And I think Gypsy doesn't like that because she's been talking. Let's continue.
Are the master of the household. So I'm gonna have to explain that to her whenever she comes of age where it's time to explain it. Other than that, like when she's 7, I won't explain that, but around 13, I'll
Oh, well,
explain.
God bless you for sparing her from that experience when she's 7. But when she's 13, we're going to have to get this shit on the road. We're going to have to get this shit going. When she's 13, Nick, do your thing. Yeah, lock her the fuck up. Somebody lock her up, please. Where somebody.
And also,
Gypsy, you wildin'. If you don't get canceled after this, I just don't know. How are you? You can't. You're not gonna be able to spin this as. Some people will never come and watch it. The only way she'll be able to spin this as I, he was coercing me to say these things is if they never come and watch these videos. That's the only way. I mean, you could get away with stuff and not do the time you're supposed to do and not go to jail and all of that stuff. But karma works and comes around. And she probably thought these videos would never see the light of day. She must have thought they destroyed them. Okay? They saw you come out and become a celebrity and they let you like if there is a grand schemer of it all, it's the person that said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, let Gypsy do only 10 years for what she did to her mom." Cuz even though she didn't physically do it, she put it in motion to happen. Yeah, 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 10 years, that's fine. That's all she got. Oh, okay. Oh, get out, become some type of celebrity? Yeah, we can do that. We could do that. Her co-conspirator, her co-defendant is in jail for life. Which I don't know why they didn't make him take a plea. I don't know why he took it to court. That's where he fucked up and that's why he's where he needs to be. But then someone said, "Oh, guess what is no longer under seal? She's free as a bird. We got this thing called Freedom of Information FOIL requests, which are beautiful things." And where's she from? Is this was Florida? Where she was from? Oh, we have no transparency and we have pure transparency, the opposite of what I just said. Karma is crazy. Now you get that real, hopefully, she'll get, not hopefully, but she's going to get that real infamy that she should have gotten. People are going to see who and what she was and still probably is. That came out of her mouth. That came out of her head. Never in a million years would I dream of that. There's no point where that would be like a turn on. Like people be online dating, sexting and all of that stuff. Like that should be happening. If that scenario started popping up in our conversation, there's a big whoa. I don't like that. Talk about something else. I don't like that. That's what happens right there. A big wall. No. Ooh. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Turn into the dolphin. Uh-uh. That literally came out of her mouth. And doesn't she have a daughter now? And your things that get you excited don't change. If that was something that got her excited then, it's only matured into some other perversion now. Because that's how those things work. Uh-uh. Why, Gypsy? Why?
So, if you ever need someone to, I guess, feed off of, but not kill, obviously.
Obviously, that's
You
my little sleep fault. Man, fuck this shit. I can't listen to this no more. I'm actually getting a throw uppy taste in the back of my throat. We're gonna come back with more Gypsy Rose, man. There's phone calls. There's not phone calls. There's emails. There's videos. Listen, there's so much, man. Shout out Becca Scoops, man, because she's been keeping it real. She's been throwing this information out here. Bro, there's so much. And I always felt icky about that little shithead Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And to most of our expectants, if that's a good way of saying it, she is a little monster. And now we're seeing the proof. But anyways, folks, stay inside, stay safe, man. Listen, you ever got yourself some ungrateful?
All right, I'm gonna stop that there. I didn't mean to watch his whole shit and to watch this whole thing. Let me grab this. All right, you guys gotta watch me. Grab all the stuff I need to grab for this. Okay. What's the name of this? Oh man, I forgot. Oh, I can't do this on this screen. I have to move this to this screen now. Because this is. I switched my stuff up. I used to have all of this over here on this side, right? And now I made the middle screen my main screen, so at least I'm looking at you guys when we're watching this together. I put the studio screen on this side. I'm dyslexic, so everything being opposite back at me messes me up. And I put my other screen on this side. But yeah, this is how I'm gonna do it from now on. There's that. Man. Hey, what's up, Billy? I'm good. How you doing?